any potential ramifications for those living within the region. We move on now, though, and Russia's defence ministry says 142 drones were shot down overnight across several regions, including 27 over the Moscow area and some above the Black Sea. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin confirmed that 4 of the drones were headed towards the capital, Moscow, and were intercepted early on Sunday morning. The widespread drone activity disrupted operations at 4 major airports serving Moscow: Sheremetyevo, Vnukovka, Domodedovsk and Zhukovsky, forcing the diversion of 134 flights. By 10 a.m. local time, only Vnukovo and Grabskovo airports remain shut. Authorities have not attributed the drone strikes to a specific source yet, but they come amid rising cross-border tensions and previous claims of Ukrainian drone incursions. This marks one of the largest single-day drone interceptions over Russian territory to date. Well, joining us to discuss this news, of course, in the wake of comments from Volodymyr Zelensky, which we will also touch on, Marian Duris, a European affairs expert, joining us live from Brussels. Marian, thank you ever so much for taking the time. What's the significance of a Ukrainian drone attack reported to be in the triple digits in terms of the number of military facilities and assets used, especially if it did target Moscow? Hello, Marian. Just checking you can hear me okay.
Yes, I hear you now, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So I'll just repose my question. What's the significance of this level of Ukrainian drone strikes, specifically if reports are to believe and be believed Moscow was targeted?
Yeah, so the attacks like this is happening very often, I would say. But in times of war or conflict, propaganda becomes a powerful tool used by all sides to control the narrative. Casualties or numbers in these attacks are often framed selectively, minimized when it's on our side and amplified when it's the enemy in case of casualties. So emotional images, stories and language are used to generate outrage, justify action and realize support, while inconvenient truths are downplayed or hidden. The goal isn't objective truth, but to shape public opinion, maintain a morale and influence maybe international perception. In this way, propaganda turns real human suffering into a weapon of influence. And if I would say about Western world, a certain type of propaganda is currently preferred that tries to downplay the reality on the front. But if someone looks at where the fighting is taking place and what the trends are on the battlefield, they probably have an idea of what is true and what is a distortion of reality.
Yes, Marian, let's now look at the timing of these reported drone strikes. Of course, overnight, in his nightly address, Volodymyr Zelensky said that he had proposed to Moscow a further round of talks, a third round of direct talks between the two countries that could take place next week in Istanbul. Is it interesting that these drone strikes have come directly after those comments from Zelensky, and what might be the intentions of Ukraine around these timings?
Yes, it's happening even before this type of talks, and purpose is quite obvious in these times, and it's to make the biggest possible gains or create the biggest security threats to the other side in this sense, and to make your position in the talks better or more comfortable. What about drone strikes? Yes, in case of Ukrainian side, it's quite often what's happening because Ukraine gain much of support from not only Western countries but also from other countries. So this kind of stuff of material or drones material they are cool, they are goodly resourced in this case. We say about Kiev. So yes, it can happen even before this type of talks.
Yes, so Marian, let's look ahead to these potential talks. Is there any room for optimism in the face of ultimatums from the US, in the face of a call for a 30-day ceasefire from most of Ukraine's Western allies and also Ukraine themselves? It seems Russia haven't been keen to take that step, but with this 50-day deadline from Donald Trump, do you think that there could be an unlocking of this stalemate that's been at play for months now?
Yeah, also, as I said before, weeks ago, when communication between United States and Russia was still happening very intensively, this communication is still running, of course. What about peace or some kind of ceasefire? Okay, I heard about some negativism in this case, that Donald Trump just is not satisfied with communication with Russia. But you know, always when you talk, when you have this kind of talk, you need also the other side for this talk, not just communicate your own positions. So maybe then there would be need of some compromise between so strong position of Donald Trump and between strong position and of Vladimir Putin. So I don't know if the Ukrainian position is very good in this time, because they disagreed with some compromises before. Now, when we see happening on the battlefield, its positions and situation is very different. So I think even this content of the talks, diplomatic talks, will be different as was before 1 month or 2 months ago. So United States and Russia are still the most powerful actors in these talks, and when they will try to find some common way to the finish and end of this conflict, so we will see this end without regards of Ukraine will think about, or maybe other actors who are supporting Ukraine right now.
Yes, absolutely, Marian. And here on NewsX World, we will, of course, bring you all the